Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to day 18 and page 16 of our Journal in January maxi series. I was going to say mini series, but it's a maxi series because we've got an episode every day all throughout January, and we're building up a photo journal covering my adventures to create in Atlanta. It was Create For, and it's the Anna Griffin experience of a lifetime. Highly recommended, and I got to teach 6 classes while I was there and meet so many lovely people. So in this episode, what we're going to create are 2 pages for the class setup, which I know I can hear you saying, what do you mean we did class prep yesterday? We did. This was the class prep, and it was an empty classroom and the cardboard boxes. Not 2 of the greatest photos, but you know what? A great set of pages, and it's part of my experience, my journey, and that's what it's all about. And it just kind of shows just the things that you can use to journal, whatever you have, whatever you've got. Now, for our class preparation, we've got a photo of yours truly. It's not the best photo of me, but you know what? It's in front of the sign outside the door where I taught. So it was my sign. And I just, I was so happy. I really was. And I was so excited. And you know what? I was a little bit nervous, but don't tell anybody. And then the other 2 photos we've got are as we were setting up all the desks with the Empress and the class kits, the empty classes, and it just looked fantastic because everybody was just ready to go when they came in, and we just had such a good time. So now you've seen the photos that we're going to use. What I've done is we're using a few more embellishments. We're getting a little bit more elaborate with our pages and what we're using, because as we're building the journal, that's, when you look back and you think the first pages that were created were, I don't want to use the word simple, but they weren't as elaborate as we're creating now. And you'll see when we do the recap, you'll see exactly what I mean. Now, everything I do use, I will try and put a detailed list every day on my blog, just to give you the basics, and then we're going to build up into a full list for, towards the end. And then there'll be everything there. Anything that has links, I'll include those. If I can't include links, I will just try and include the item title. So lots of preparation going into the journal in January for you. So I just hope you're enjoying it. So what I've done is I've taken 2 Anna Griffin papers. I've got double-sided tape on the back of it. So that's just flat tape where I'm peeling the back away. And then I'm just adding this to my page. Now, for anybody that ever thinks, oh, which way around do they go? Flowers grow upwards. So if you ever think, oh, which way around should my paper go? I hope that helps. I love that paper. I really do. It's one of my favourite papers. And I just think it's so pretty. Now, we've got our photos, and we need to decide where we're going to put them. And I've already made matten layers for 2 of them. Now, a matten layer is where, for new viewers, we add cardstock or paper to the back of something to give it a kind of frame. And my photos, the square ones, are 4 inches by 4 inches square, and the larger ones are either 5 by 3 or 6 by 4. But the majority are the square ones. So I've cut 2 pieces of cardstock from the Perfect Palette range from Anna Griffin, and I've cut one at 4.5 inches and one at 4.25 inches, just to give it the edge behind the photo. And then I've put them together, one on top of the other, and then I can pop the photo on top to create that last matten layer effect. And I can add that just roughly like that. You'll probably get it a lot straighter than me, but I'm doing it in mid-air and on camera, so not to worry. So those are our photos for the page. Now, because we're building up into some quite elaborate pages as we go, we've gone quite gently at the very beginning, but now we're really kind of getting to our nitty-gritty. We're going to take our photos away, and on this page, what I've done is I've taken one of Anna's perfect birthday card bases, and I've stamped on it, "You never know when you're making a memory." And I think that's just perfect for this page. And I've also taken one of the card picture images from the Perfect Painting card making kit from Anna Griffin, and we're going to use these two items on this page. And I'm simply going to add the square card blank where I've cut away the back of it, so I'm only using the front as a base, and I've just slightly trimmed the floral image as well, and I'm just simply going to add that to the other side of our card. So you can see where I've stamped it, it's kind of positional stamping, if I can get my words out. So you can see that I know that my photo, because I do think about things before, before we do them. I don't always do things on the spur of the moment. So I can see that that is in the perfect place for where the photo is going to go. So I can add my photo on that page, and it just gives it just that something a little bit extra. I'm just going to pull the journal down a little bit so that you can see better. And I'm going to add my photo and add it just nearly in the corner, but giving it an edge around the outside. And then I can add our two photos to the other side of the page. And I'm thinking I'm going to add them kind of stepped like that, so that I can add embellishments. And don't know whether we're going to go, I think we'll go that way around with them. I've already added flat tape on the back of the photos, and so I'm going to add one far up into the corner, and it doesn't matter if it overlaps the paper on the back, because this is your journal, my journal, whoever's journal, and it's your creation, so you can do exactly what you want with it. So those are our two photos in for our opposite page. Now I've created some embellishments for this page, and all I've done is I've taken some ribbon and some cardstock, and I've used the same Perfect Palette cardstock as I've used before, and I've just layered it up with the ribbon, and the ribbon is a double-sided satin ribbon, and I'm simply going to add that to one side of our photos. And then I've got a little stamp that's from quite an old set, and it says "Remember this day," and it says Friday the 16th of November 18. I've got double-sided tape on the back of it, and I'm just going to add that over the top of the ribbon layers. Then I've taken two journaling card pieces. One is stamped and it says "Information please." Now you can get journaling stamps from so many different places. I've had this set years. I've used it on another page, and I'm going to have to look into it because I can't remember who it's by or what it's called. But it has lots of different stamps for journaling. This one says "Information please," and it says who, so I've put Anne-Marie and Katie. Katie was the lady that helped me in the class. Thank you very much, Katie. And then it says what, and it says set and prep classroom. I've written on when Thursday and Friday we were prepping. So and it was at the Grand Hyatt in the library. So I've just filled those in my own writing because, you know, my own writing helps tell the story. And I'm thinking I'm going to position it roughly about there on my page, because that goes with everything we were doing. Now I've also wrote for this page, and it says, this is the sign outside my classroom. Look how beautiful it is. I love it. And I've simply wrote that out and matted and laid it onto matching cardstock, and that's just going to fit in that little corner. As I say, I do kind of think about these things, where things are going to fit. So that fits down there. Now the other thing that we're going to add is a couple of flowers, because we're using the Painted Garden collection, and I just want to add a flower over the top of the flower that's underneath on our image section here. So I'm thinking if we add this to, I'm going to snip that little bit off because we don't need the second flower. So I'm thinking if we add that over the picture. Now, see all these little sections of glue where I've used the Xyron? You can take those away by going around the edge and just breaking the seal from the carrier sheet. I've done a video before with them. It just shows that, you know, some need a little bit of extra TLC when you're doing it. So I'm going to add that flower roughly there, and I'm looking to see if I've got this flower that faces the other way, and I don't think I have. So what I might do is add oh, I have got it there. I have got it. I thought I might have it. So I've got the flower for the facing the other side, and I'm simply going to snip away the extra greenery that's from the side of the flower, because I only actually want the flower itself. So it's quite easy to do. Take your scissors and follow the line of the petal, and then I can add that just over the top of the image that we've already got on the previous layer, like so. And then we can add as many or as few extra flowers as we like. And I'm going to add an extra one in that corner. And I'm going to add one here as well, because this has been the theme of our journal, using the different flowers from the paintings kit. And they're just all so pretty and work so well together. And that's our page complete. And now you can see we're building up with the details that we're adding on our pages, and it just looks so pretty. It was a fantastic day, it really was. And tomorrow we're going to be looking at the class in action, and this is kind of like the pinnacle for me, because this is what it was all about. I do hope you're enjoying Journaling January. I love hearing from you. So please let me know what you think, if you're enjoying it, if you're learning anything, if it's inspired you, if you're thinking, you know what, I could have a go at that. That would be brilliant. So I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you tomorrow.